Well, hello. I want to talk to you today about this pen. It's a Hero 3266. Now this pen is unique because it has a 360 degree nib. Now when I say a 360 degree nib, here's what I mean. Alright, so 360 degree nib, and you'll notice the nib has a slit, especially if I can hold it still. Now we'll rotate it. Oh, what's that? Two nibs actually smooched together. See the line down the middle? Did I say feed? I meant slit. And then on the other side, another slit and another feed. So supposedly I can write with this pen from any direction. So from one side you're going to see that there's a feed that comes down like this. We'll color it in because it's a feed. And then the nib, little blob of tipping, but there's a slit up through the middle of the nib. So other than the feed coming down really far, that doesn't look that different from a regular nib. Let's go from the other side. So here's a feed. Here's nib with tipping. Nib with tipping. And another feed. By the way, you might notice that this ink is getting darker as we speak. That's because it's an iron gall ink, and I'm not that familiar with iron gall inks. I've used a couple and haven't liked them. I'm trying this one out, and it's kind of cool how it changes color as it dries. I don't really have any inks that are this dramatic, but kind of fun. Alright, so since I'm trying a different format with these reviews and having equipment issues, but I'm learning, let's go ahead and show you a little bit about the writing. Now, one thing I noticed with this pen, first of all, is he is a nail. No line variation whatsoever. Now, another thing I've noticed with this pen is basically I do get it's a reasonably okay writer. Let's see, what do I call this? The smear test. Now, if you are a fan of my blog at all, you'll know that I do some tests that don't show up in the video, but I'm trying to, because some people have said they don't see enough writing from me, I'm going to try showing you these tests. So, you know, that says almost as much about the ink as it does about the pen. I usually do a wetness and flow. And then normally this would be followed by a reverse writing test, but with a 360 degree nib, there's no point in a reverse writing test. So I'm going to do a test. This is probably the only pen I'll ever do it for. Drag the pen along the page and just kind of rotate it as I drag. And as you can see, it continued writing. Now I have found once in a while I'll find a spot and start writing where it doesn't write. But overall, this pen will start up everywhere, and that kind of makes it more like a ballpoint pen, which I think is the intended market. Because here's what happens. I hand somebody a fountain pen, like this guy. They should be writing like this. But they'll write like this, they'll write like this, they'll write straight down, you know, and they'll be just like, well, this pen don't write no how. Oh, have you tried my 360 degree nib pen? I think that's the idea. Now, as far as overall, it's a small pen. I mean, compare it to this Noodler's Conrad that you keep seeing. Tiny nib. I mean, I guess we could talk about size comparisons and make a dirty joke, but you know, it's small. Very slender grip, very slender pen. I don't like that it's a metal pen. Another thing I don't like is right here. There's a very sharp step on the grip. This is not a pen that's ever going to be my daily writer. Okay, and speaking of writing, let's do our quote. So it's not the smoothest writer, but reasonably smooth. I'm happy with it. I just, like I said, I've got more comfortable pens, and the novelty of the 360-degree nib wears off quickly. This is a cheap pen. I paid $3 some for it. There is a Pilot pen that is also 360-degree nib. It's a whole order of magnitude more expensive. So I'm glad I wanted to try a 360-degree nib, but not at that price, so I'm glad I got to try it. Now, as far as size, capped, it's about a 1/4 inch shorter than the Conrad, and definitely nowhere near as girthy. Uncapped, about 1/2 inch shorter than the Conrad. And capped, posted, about a 1/4 inch shorter than the Conrad. So would I buy this pen again? Yeah, it's fun to have as a novelty pen. It's, like I said, it's never going to be my daily writer, but it is something fun to whip out once in a while and just write with something different. So I hope that was interesting. Let me know what you think of this new format for reviews, and we'll talk to you later.